modernized, you know, the proper court markings and what have you. And it's good to see also that foreign teams can come down here in safety and comfort and play their games. There is a visiting team from St. Martin
for
here,
netball.
For netball, yes, here in Dominica. So I heard an announcement that the usual tournament games are discontinued this weekend, but they will return sometime next week.
That's
And
the games of the Dominica Netball Association in the regular league being postponed for the weekend to facilitate the matches involving the foreign team from St. Martin and a couple of our local teams. So activity in netball will be centralized in Roseau this weekend. And as we move along, of course, we'll get more activity as we go along, say next week or whatever. The continuation, as it were, of the National Netball League.
Yes, schools improvement all over. I know there are school improvements going on in Grand Bay.
Yeah, well, now is the time. The summertime is
well,
normally
it started long before summer. Yeah. These are projects which were being done through the Canadian government and what have you. And there are schools in Grand Bay, in Mont John Grand Fort, that constituency there, in Dalis, as well as at the Will Strathmore School in Margaret. So improving millions of dollars being spent to improve the school plans there. And as we know, coming on stream soon will be the construction of new schools, including the Goodwill Secondary School, the Tebow Primary School, the new Tebow Primary School, the new Calibishi Primary School. I believe also improvements at Bellevue Chopin. And where is the other place? There was one other place. It slips me now. But before that, there were improvements at Wharton Waven and also at Salisbury. Okay? Yes. New primary schools.
New primary school at Salisbury, really?
Yes. Yeah, virtually, yes. It is a major improvement to what existed before. And also, very soon we will hear about the improvements, the rehabilitation, upgrade, almost the construction of a new Dominica grammar school.
Right. And the Prime Minister has taken that one
under his wing, you know.
His former alma mater.
Yes.
So he has taken personal responsibility for that project.
We cannot forget the international airport coming on stream. We cannot forget that. The international airport.
It amazes me, when I hear people say that no international airport is going to be built. It amazes me.
I don't have time for this comments there now when people say this nonsense.
That kind of comments and that nonsense being spoken.
That's their business.
But the international airport is definitely on stream, Daryl, and I know not only you and I, lots of Dominicans living here and overseas are looking forward to it.
But people looking to buy their tickets already, It is a race to see. We might have to have a lottery to see who's going to be on the first flight. But the people are looking forward to seeing this international airport when it opens.
Yes, I can imagine the euphoria around the Wesley Marigot Woodford area when the first flight will be landed into RSI.
Yes, so we look forward to that. So the preparation works, the housing being constructed in the Joe Burton area in Wesley. So the people who will be relocated, farmers relocated, compensation has been dished out to farmers, to homeowners and what have you, landowners. So
well, that is all a prelude to the...
It's not prelude, it's part of the major project. The project is ongoing. It is not a thing where people are being paid big money through loan funds, okay? Where there is no plan, there is nothing done for the construction. This is a thing where actual tangible work is being done for the construction of the international airport. Simple as that. Actual tangible work being done for the construction of the international airport.
Well, looking forward to that, Daryl, and to many more projects as we go along. Very much close to my heart, Daryl. Very much close. Will be the commissioning of the regional hospital at Marigot. I really am looking forward to that with great eagerness, and I know when that is being commissioned, I certainly want to be at the ceremonies. I understand it's going to be opened in phases, but nonetheless, I'm looking forward to the commissioning of that facility.
Yeah, I myself look forward to it. It is a wonderful facility which has quite a bit of new things in it that were not offered before at the Marigot Hospital, including dialysis, maternity, children's wards, and that sort of thing. So basically, it's a major hospital. It would be very rare, a very rare occasion for someone to be transported from Marigot. It would be for the requiring very specialist care. There will be an ICU at the Marigot Hospital and all sorts of things. So we can look forward to. But some time ago, a partner said he was going to post pictures. Does pictures ever come out now?
Of the Marigot Hospital?
Yeah,
I
never
heard.
heard.
I got a couple of snapshots, of things that.
Did he go there? The man said he was going to post pictures.
On his,
yes, he said he was going to post pictures. I never heard anything of that. Did he post it?
I'm not sure. I don't think he ever did. If he did, well, kudos.
Good for him. I mean, it took him a while to realize there was housing going on all over. But if he did, I never heard anybody talk about it. Good for him.
Anybody talk about it.
He liked to do things.
And knowing him, that would be almost like a scandal. It would be all over the place. People would be relishing in that, whatever it is, or he posted pictures and look him there and whatever it is, and so on and so on. But I haven't heard anything, and I don't know what is taking him so long. Because knowing him, if that was done, it would have been all over the place. But I haven't heard anything from him or of him, as far as that is concerned.
Well, yeah, but just a stone's throw away from the Marigot Hospital, if you go on the roof, you look across, you'll see the health center that's in full operational swing there, going on. Primary healthcare in the Marigot area has been fully restored, and that is going on. But if you just look down the hill from the health center in Melville Hall, 7 houses are being constructed down there. 7 houses. They are the pre-Conco houses. These are resilient homes that are being constructed in the Marigot area, and they are to include they are 3-bedroom homes, and from the estimates, from what I've been told from my research, 30 people are set to benefit family-wise from these homes. These homes could accommodate up to 30 people, and these are not homes that are going to disappear every time the sea rolls in. These are homes that are going to stand the test of time and be there for the long haul. Okay? Be there for the long haul. And these homes, they have been tried and tested in Point Michelle. They have been tried and tested in the Kalinago territory, in Cochrane. So these new homes, and this is just the first part. I am 100% sure that more homes will be constructed for the people of Marigot.
Marigot is a very big area. A lot of families live there and so on, and great expectancy from the people of Marigot. So these first set of homes will just be the curtain raiser, as it were, for more homes to be built in the Marigot constituency, or in the village of Marigot. Marigot, is a very big village.
Yes, it is. It's one of the biggest single villages in Dominica with many parts. But in terms of all what is going on in Marigot, and still to come on stream, is the rehabilitation works at the fisheries complex. So you're looking at $10 million there for between the fisheries complexes in Roseau and in Marigot. $10 million US dollars. So you're looking at $27 million. And then you look across at about $2.5 million being spent at the Will Strathmore Stevens School, $60 million at the hospital, another $4 million for the health center up there. You see the tangible investments being made in Marigot alone.
All through the efforts of the CBI, Darren?
All through the efforts of the CBI, all through the representation made. And it's, look, we have to call a spade a spade. It's who is representing the people of Marigot. Okay? The PAL rep has never spoken on your behalf for housing. The PAL rep, a hospital, 4 floors of a hospital being constructed, and it's only when the finishing works are going on, people installing doors and what have you, windows. That is when the man know a project is going on. An entire health center is built, finished. You go there twice, well, 3 times. Once When they were opening, you come there, you don't greet nobody. The second time you go in Benzai to take your first dose of vaccine, and the third time you go back again in Benzai to take your second dose of the vaccine. That is what happened. Okay? Have you visited the Will Strathmore Stevens School that is under construction, being rehabilitated now?
Daryl, if he didn't visit the hospital, how are you going to visit the Will Strathmore School?
But the question I always ask, we say those things there, but does the man know where these things are? Does he know where the Will Strathmore School is? Does he know where the hospital is? Because I had an incident.
It doesn't be a shame to ask, you know.
Ask for direction. Tell somebody, go call a partner of yours, tell them go with you.
Yeah,
they maybe know.
You coming up there.
Yeah, I want to go by the school.
I want you to meet me by Concord.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up by Concord.
Yes,
and
you'll meet. Just show me. Nobody don't have to know.
Oh, business. Driving along,
yeah,
talking,
yes.
Our conversation.
Driving. You see the thing about it, we asking for too much again. Mr. Let's give people a ride now.
I don't know. No, but if you call somebody and you tell them to meet you at such and such a place, you will pick them up, you know. And
you sure? You tell people come out and thing with you and demonstrate with you. You pass straight with your glass up and you go and park under a tree. You see on the overseas line. Good morning.
Daryl, good morning to you, Mr. T.
You're alive now?
Good morning, sir.
I'm looking for you. Actually,
I call you.
On you. Actually, FBI looking for you on my behalf.
I looking for the partner. The man tell anyway. Partner, go ahead. Morning.
Morning. How are you? I still looking for you. And I'll be looking for you this morning too. So
all right.
Not me alone. I told you FBI on your case.
Everybody.
So, anyhow.
All right, man.
Anyhow, good morning to you and good morning to all our listeners around the world, at home and abroad. Daryl, I just want to, and you and Jyoti, talk about also, what extension of what you're talking about in terms of what's been happening in this country. But it doesn't happen magically. What is happening, all the projects and the program that you mentioned earlier did not just drop off the sky. The ones that are in charge, the leader of this country, did not sit down in his living room or on his porch and pick his toes and his fingers and it fall and things happen. It's because of proper planning. Proper planning. They say proper planning prevent proper planning prevent poor performance. The 5 Ps, and I think that is that is what the Roosevelt Askew administration is all about. And that is the result. If you always do the same thing you always do, you always get the same result you always had. And we have a prime minister and a leader of this country and its entire cabinet, entire corps of ministers that are constantly working hard, whether it's Honorable Blackmore, whether it's senior minister, whether it's Douglas, any one of them, Paul, they all together, Minister Rep Scarrett, all of them, they work hard, and they, once you work hard and you put things on paper, you put proper planning and policies in place, then this is the result. And so the Prime Minister, under his leadership, have proven over and over again, he's not afraid of challenges, he's not afraid of putting his plans forward. He's not afraid of growth and development. And so as a result of that, you see all these things are going on. And frankly speaking, Dominica has become the envy of the Caribbean, whether some people want to believe it or like it or not. We have what to show for it. We can talk about those programs that are put in place. And it comes along, Daryl and Jyoti, because of also a prudent management. Don't underestimate this. When you have people at the helm who are, and in that case the Prime Minister, who understand how to take $1 and make 5 and 10 out of it in the interest of his people. When you have a Prime Minister who understands how to manage the affair and the revenues of the country, when you have a Prime Minister who understands that he's not taxing people to death, that will help develop a country, but is, trying to ease the tax burden on people. If you're making money, if you make your wage between $0 and $30,000, you are excluded from certain taxes. If you import certain vehicles or anything that have to do with business, you exempted from certain, and those are the policies, Barry, that help build a country. Don't talk about the CBI. The CBI, we have come out 4 years in a row, second to none. We have the best in terms of our prudence, or in terms of our the way we handled managing our CBI out of 86 countries. 86 countries doing the CBI. Dominica has, for the last 4, 5, 6 years, have always hit the top. And that speaks volume, Daryl, to what we have as a leader. It says a lot because, you don't just get there. There's something that is a process that has to happen before you get there. And when you get there, the monies are used for the development of the country and the people itself. And that is of utmost importance, and I cannot emphasize it enough. Daryl, but I cannot say this if I don't say. You mentioned also that there are people that they never visited their own the programs or the structures that government have built, the social structures in their own constituents. But the reason why they haven't done that, the reason why the leader of the opposition, the reason why Lennox Linton have not done that, because he has no interest in this country. He has no interest that even in his constituents. So he stood up in Parliament and gave another bluff. Oh, I'll take some pictures. I have pictures already. I'll post it as soon as I get out. The parliamentary meeting will be posted on all of our social media.
Have you seen those pictures now?
Excuse me?
Have you seen those pictures? I just remembered that this morning. I so doesn't pay attention to Mr. This morning I remember that.
The pictures doesn't exist, Daryl. It's the same attitude and the bluff that he threw out with the 1.2. Nobody knows about this money. Nobody knows about the pictures. That is a consistent refrain. So in order to try to impress people, he throws something on the wall and hoping that it would stick. And he himself, he's his own enemy, Lennox Linton is his own enemy. He does things against himself, hoping that people would not observe and pay attention to. And that is the kind of person that you have. So when that was thrown on him, he said, "Oh well, I have pictures. I'll show it to." So the people say, "Okay, well, the people that are accusing him of not visiting, they're telling lies on him." But he cannot show up for it, and that's the man that we're dealing with, and that is the person that wants to lead the country. I mean, he hasn't showed any kind of interest, Daryl, in anything in the country. He has denigrated the CBI, the same CBI that the money that is used to build all the programs or the projects in Dominic, including Daryl and Jyoti, those in his constituents. So you are denigrating something that is building something for the people that you tell in an election campaign that you are going to represent. And one of the key aspects of any country is healthcare. So how are you going to explain that you do not want to see the CBI? You dog it, you dread the CBI, but the same CBI is bringing in revenue to build a healthcare facility or 2 healthcare facilities in your village, in your constituency, and you pay no attention to it. You don't care about it. You have no interest in it because it doesn't satisfy your own selfish gain and passion. It doesn't satisfy your own self. There's nothing in it for you. There is no money coming for you, so you could, there is no. I mean, that is the kind of individual, the character of the individual that is not only dreading the project in Marigot, but denigrating and dehumanizing people as much as he can, and whether you are of an age, whether you're young, whatever, call people prostitutes, call people beggars, and this is the kind of dismal character that we have in the person of Lennox Linton, and so I am not surprised that he have never visited the hospital or in the northeastern part of of the country. I'm not surprised I was even surprised that he came to the opening of the thing, because that is not him. There's no interest there. There's no value, monetary interest. That's not the deal in Panama, and when they talk about using they want to use the buffer, and they want to use those kind of things, and they will install diplomatic position in
that is 20 days. You ever watch this TV show called The Sopranos?
I watched some of it. Not a lot,
when you listen to what happened in Panama and everything, that is organized crime,
Period.
Simple and to the point. That is organized crime.
And we must never, Daryl, we must never stop talking. Panama is that whole discovery, that whole report must never go away, because it tells you the level of hypocrisy that is embedded as a cancer, not only in the leader of the UWP, not only in Occident, but in all those that follow the UWP to the gates of hell, because that is where they are going. There's nothing good in them that they can say, well, look, this is what we're doing for the country. I've seen leaders of opposition. I have seen people in opposition leaders in Dominica perform without being in government. So you don't have to be a prime minister to help people. You don't have to be the senior minister to go down to your constituents and say, listen, I observe this is happening. How can we be of assistance to you? You don't have to be Minister Blackmore to go down. You don't have to be one of those ministers. You can, once you are a representative. For matter of fact, you don't even have to be a representative in government to help people, because a lot of us have been helping people over the years, and we're not in government. So it is to tell you the level of darkness and wicked intention that engage these people, that is enclosed in their mind, that they all they care about is things like Panama. We'll give you diplomatic passport position in 100 days when we become when we get to the government. Give us 800,000 and pass it through to the bank through humanitarian, so nobody will observe
money laundering.
We talk money laundering. We talk about the Utrecht, Switzerland, 3.5 million. Let's see how we getting it, and let's embrace Chusky, because Chusky has just embezzled 2-point-something billion US dollars in the National Bank of India. So let's embrace that. This is money. Let's denigrate everybody. Let's call everybody else, whatever name, but let us hold on to Chusky, because that is the kind of stuff that them can. So they're not interested in hospitals and roads and hotels and airport. That is not their interest, because there's no direct advantage or that they will get from that. No kind of satisfaction that they'll get from that. And that is why they're in closing. I admire the Prime Minister. He's such a man with a level head, and such a guy that understands people, the cry, and all he's about is to alleviate, problems, and to solve problems, and to come up with solutions for the people of this country, and not only for us, Daryl, but when other people cry out for help, people like St. Vincent, $1 million was given to them to alleviate their problems. This is a man with a heart, the heart that even the Bible spoke about, and you can, when St. Martin had the issue with Hurricane Irma, even if his own was coming, he came and he offered a hand. He gave us some stuff to St. Martin, and that is the kind of leader that we are following, because he has people, he has the country, and he cares about people, whether you are a Dominican or not. Daryl, thank you for your time. You're on Jyoti. Very good program. I took up a bit of your time, but I'll be listening.
That is okay, bro.
Express myself.
All right, man. Thank you very much for your contribution here this morning. 8:53 is the morning time. So the callers, right, Joe? You don't expect to see any pictures being posted. Okay, he came, another one of his attempts to mislead the people. Okay,
another rhetoric.
But with all if you are the leader of the opposition, and all these things are going on in your own constituency, wouldn't you be happy? Wouldn't you be happy for your people?
No, but Lennox is a different kind of species, you know. You got to get some scientists to put Mr. in a lab and try to analyze his character, you know. We have to do that because I don't understand that personality. I just cannot understand that personality at all. A flip-flopping kind of thing. 1 minute you hot, 1 minute you cool. I don't understand what's happening, you know.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Chochi, like you can take out a pig from a pen and make it.
I can take out what I didn't hear that.
You can take out a pig from a pen and make it.
No. You put a hog in a palace, it remains a pig, you know.
Oh, okay. Gentlemen, I don't know if you would bear me just 45 seconds. Daryl, I'm going through a very bad moment in my life, very bad moment. My son is in a coma right now. My 14-year-old son is in a coma right now. I'm not even slept for the night.
Oh my God, I'm very sad to hear that.
This morning to say thank you to all the folks that kept me up last night trying to encourage me. My son had a devastating bike accident. He's in a coma right now. He's in Jamaica. Right, even as we speak, he's in Jamaica, but he's in a really, really bad state.
Well, my deepest sympathies to you. I hope he pulls through and all will be well. Yes.
Dr. Alice King, one of the greatest young women in this country. Just want to say to her, thank you so very much. She spoke to my son's mother last night and encouraged her and try to make her feel important as a woman. So that will, on the contrary, in spite of all of that, I can't leave politics alone because politics is what had me where I am today. It's just that I just want to say to Dominicans, those are the same people that we look to throw down every day. People who would stay up in their bed from their beds because you're in a problem, and they would try to encourage you and speak to you and make you feel important. Daryl, I cannot see myself supporting no other political party than the Dominican Labour Party. I cannot see myself voting for no other candidate in this constituency called the Central Constituency than a Labour Party candidate. I cannot do it. Dr. Harris King came from her office very late last night, but she's still on the phone with me for a very long while. Still on the phone talking to my son's mother. And I just want to say thank you, Doc. Thank you. You're my pal, you're my cousin. You're a supporter, member of the Dominican Labour Party. And I appreciate what you did last night 100%. Good morning, Daryl, and thank you so very much for allowing me.
Well, my friend, we are all praying for you. We are all praying for your son to make a speedy and full recovery, and we'll keep on having you in our prayers. You take it easy today, relax, and just do what you can for your... I know you're some distance away, but do what you can for your youngster.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. I'll give you a call a little later. All right.
Never good news to you.
Yes. No parent should have to go through these things, but these are the normal day-to-day happenings of life. On the local line, good morning. Okay, missed that call there on the local line. 8:57 is the morning time. Earlier in the week, I promised that I would play for you the one-on-one with PM Roosevelt Skerritt, the conversation with the CEO of the hospital and also the medical director. And I think the amount of information that was revealed in that project, it's necessary to repeat. On the overseas line, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tate. How are you this morning?
I am good. How are you?
Morning.
I'm there.
You okay, Auntie? Everything okay?
Yes, my dear. I'm cool.
All right, good.
Anyhow, Joe, good morning.
Good morning.
And with the brains. Brains, wherever you are, good morning.
Brain is on an assignment.
Anyhow, I've been listening to all you, and things that happen in the country when you have a government and you have a PM like the Honorable Dr. Skerritt. Things must happen in this country. And anyway, Mr. Pete, when you have the Honorable Caress okay, in Marigot. He don't have the spirit of procrastination in him, okay? Listen, lazy, things will always happen. And, you know, lazy and sleepy people, they sign a contract to beg. You have a blessed day. I'm listening.
All right, then, Auntie,
Thank
you
you
have
very
a good day as well. You have a good day as well. So I'll be playing that for you this morning in about 2 to 3 minutes time. But Jyoti, we continue to do the work all over the country in tough economic times brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Daryl, when you talk of tough economic times, I want us to go back to just 2015. Erica.
Yes.
2 years later,
Maria.
Go
back a little further.
I don't know.
2013.
All right.
The Christmas Eve trough.
The trough.
Yeah.
2015. Notice the 2 years thing. 2015, Erica. 2017, Maria.
2019.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
2021.
Pandemic.
Pandemic again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we
Dominica
have still been able to meet all our obligations.
Yeah.
We have still been able to pay people on time without the threat of people going home.
That is very significant and important.
People do not get the significance of that. Within 15 days of the pandemic shutting down the world, there were countries within our region talking about sending 50% of the workforce home and cutting 60%, paying people in bonds.
Yeah.
These were some of the things that other islands were facing. Teachers in other countries went home. Teachers. On the overseas line, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I heard you mention about all the incidents that have been happening within the 20 years in Dominica, Maria, Erica, and all the things. Ain't that telling you something is the curse that's been faced upon Dominica?
But you see, you are cursed. Let me tell you something, huh?
When fellas have light. When fellas are cursed on Dominica for what?
No, let him curse himself, okay? Let him curse himself. Because sometimes...
The curse that the UW put there that we trying to relieve ourselves from. That is the curse that is on Dominica. Imagine in 4.5 years, 4.5 years, and they brought the country to blight. You'd swear to God, this blight we had in Dominica. Had to face austerity measures from the IMF and all those things. And you're talking about talking your nonsense of people this morning.
Give me a second, I'll deal with that one there. On the overseas line, good morning.
Darren, you forgot to mention UW's Quickie was 3 hurricanes too,
Yes.
One in South, one in Roseau, one in Marigot. Thank you for taking
You have a good day, my friend. You have a good day.
First, they feel labor rights to have an answer for them, First, they feel labor rights to have an answer for them. For every time they wave their stick, you have a piece of iron coming behind them. You must be very careful what they think of saying. Far less to say. Nonsense, a set of nonsense in this country, and people, with all of that, all you want to be in government, all you want to force people's hands, all you want to bully people, as if it's all you're alone, as if the right of being in government was owed only to you all. The people of Dominica have taken a stand since 2000. And I'm sure there is no Dominican who has regretted voting and keeping in office the Dominica Labour Party, because they have seen, it is clear for everyone to see the work of the Dominica Labour Party, the work of the Right Honourable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, the vision, his mission, and what is it he has done. I keep on making reference to this. At the age of 31, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit took over the reins of government in this country. How many of us at the age of 31 would have been able to do what Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has done? How many of us would have been able to mark out a vision, mark out a path for development? How many of us at that age would have been able to do that?
Well, you want to talk about curse? I mean, if you lose your toes, partner, is that a curse on you? Is that
I
something
don't
you
know.
do?
I
Is that
you
a
could
curse?
lose your toes because of diabetes
Yes.
or whatever it is.
Okay, so I don't know. You can for different things.
Yeah.
On the overseas line, good morning.
Yes, brother Darwin and Mr. Jyoti. Good morning to the world and good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Yes.
Darwin, I hope everything up. Darwin, before I start my little 2 cents, you see, I love them and to call you, Darwin. You don't have to take your time. Don't have to rush them. Because you know why? As you know already, Darwin, from the foundation, anytime you start wrong, you can never, ever end straight. You know what I'm saying? Because well and truly, when a man call is first to really educate them and correct them, because when you listen to them man never have a message. Them man never have nothing good to say. So it's good to run them because when they're on the next side, them man saying anything and the host running with it. But on our side, even we the callers say certain things. You will tell us what we cannot say this and we cannot say that. But anyhow, back to the occasion, Mr. Darrell and Mr. Jyoti. Darrell, well and truly, we have too many Marigot that talk about the hospital. Right now, they're telling Marigot people, need workers, need freedom, need labor, who they be there? Right now, and as you say, not a health center. We don't have no center to center nobody. We have a health and wellness. Because right now, our attitude and our way right now is health and wellness, making people well and bright and mighty. So when they go, who has our problem and come inside? But anyhow, right now we have the hospital and the health and wellness center, as we say. So Marigot people now, keep freedom with labor, whatsoever you be there. Forget top up, because top up, as you know, as I tell you, me I don't have no education, but I have education. Because one man don't have no serious education, as you will know. You don't have no, in other words, you don't have no occupation. You're not a person that can qualify in nothing because you're a person that have a kind of way in you. As I say again, he's a person who's too much and désolé. He bitter and sour. So them people in Marigot now, sure you have the hospital and your health and well center. We need work people to work. Them young people who that can work, who in age, who can do certain things. Prepare yourself. Get all yourself in order because we need workers. You know what I'm telling you? And right now, no matter what, we have a king for 5 times. He's a king in Marigot, which means that man is a king. So not a king in Calypso, which means a king to motivate and elevate your people in Marigot. You know what I'm saying? So forget top up on this crew and prepare yourself, get all yourself organized, do the right thing, do the correct thing. So when the place up and running, all you know have to be singing and following top up with his garbage. And when the right time come, we know already. It's 21-0. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't talking with work, we come and work. Because the labor code and the labor family code is all shall eat, is not one shall eat. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it real. Now, when you think of top up again, right? Top up is to say we have devil money and all kind of money at illegal. Right now, Mr. Let me ask you a question. The partner they call in Choxico, whosoever, do he in Rivanica or out of Rivanica?
Hello?
I asked you a question as to the partner they call in Choxico. Do he in Rivanica or he out of
No, they leave that alone. That's not there. I hear fellas crying. It has some fellas in morning, you know. They're looking for flight now to go to Antigua.
Oh, well, that's good. I love that. World Boss, you're a great man because why? We have our program and we have the security people who are part of our program because what them are trying to do really and truly is, as you say, Daryl, me tell you, since we get independence, what time we are the biggest budget in our cabinet or in our budget?
During this government? Last year?
The CBI program, right? We had bananas, we had lime, we had grapefruit, we had orange.
We never had, we have nothing to show for those things today. Nothing.
Thank you very much. But during this CBI program, that makes us something in our life that means we can shine, in other words.
Yeah.
So that means now, that is a food for everybody, even top up. That's what I tell you, ask my brother Paul Leon. Top up against his own self. Because when you don't know yourself, you don't know where you're going, what you're living for, you must have a problem with yourself. And if you're a person have love and respect for your country and you love your people, my lord, politics, those supposed to make your country suffer. You know what I'm saying? My lord, you see right now, you see World Boss have the best man in the Caribbean. You see right now they're in St. Martin. World Boss, you have to call Billy the SOS. Tell you what I say that. Right now there, if World Boss come in St. Martin right now, it's like the Queen was coming in Rivanica. You there, the fireman?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go quickly.
Just like the Queen will come in Rivanica, it's so World Boss would be coming. Because you know why? Everybody right now, I realize in the Caribbean, even in the world, see the value of World Boss. You know what I'm telling you? As I say again, World Boss is a human being, and I never forget, as I say again, when World Boss get the Prime Minister, I make a shit, I print a t-shirt now, song was born to save Rivernica, and that one will be no one else. They don't think about God and not God, because if I say, I create my own image and likeness, right? So not no man no looking for God. God is new. It's water coming out of you making you defend God. If you defending the devil, you're going to bring the devil out of you. That's what stop up doing today. But that don't take too much of the time. Morning to World Boss, my big brother, Mr. Wa, my original lawyer, Mr. Moses. I hope you're up and running.
All right, my friend.
Stephanie, my mommy Nutty, and the whole Labour family, Meredith and Mammy, up and running Daryl. Fireman, when I give thanks, I give my 2 cents bless up.
All right, then. Dion Philbert, who wants to call and ask if the country cursed. If you, Dion Philbert, decides to try to provoke us again, we will start releasing the info on you. Just leave that there. You are warned. Okay, Dion? Do not call me again. You will be thoroughly embarrassed. Just leave that there. Okay, Dion? Remember, I warned you. On the overseas line, good morning.
Hey, D, how you doing?
Good, I'm good, man.
D, certain callers, you have to let me answer them for you.
Well, tell Dion you know him. He's in your area. Tell Dion, do not bother to call me again. You know he's there for. Warn him.
No, but Daryl, you have to let the man call and remember.
You like to call me and tell me there's nonsense there. You like to call me and tell me there's nonsense there. Partner, I have my style. I do not entertain nonsense. Okay? If you have to do a show and you want to, you let them talk foolishness, that is up to you. But when it's me, I do not entertain that.
I totally understand. But Dion, I would like to ask Dion, is California cursed? California wildfires every year?
No. Ask Dion if he's home in Coliocus. Just ask him that. If he's down that road of curse he want to go, tell him. Ask him that. Okay? Anyway.
Well, he's still listening. They're listening.
All right.
Still.
Okay. So you have a good day as well. On the local line, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I heard one of the guy make remarks concerning our island is cursed. Tell them guys, I will tell him. He was cursed, yes, because when God asked us to pray and fast, right? And their leader, what they do in reveling and going and watch sun in the beginning of a millennium.
Exactly.
They that put all those curses on our land. But our prime minister don't come and tell us to drink rum and go and do nonsense.
Exactly.
Pray and fast. And they still want the curse to stay in our land. And they're asking us to not to go. And they are vexed. But God is with us and our prime minister. And one day God will release those curses they put upon us. And he will release us from all of them. And in Jesus' name we rebuke all of them.
Amen. Thank you very much for that call. Thank you for that intervention. On the overseas line, good morning. Good morning. Hello? You have to call me back. I can barely hear what you're saying. Okay? I can barely hear what you're saying. So please call me back. On the overseas line, good morning.
Morning, bro.
Good morning, my friend.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, brother. How you doing? Morning, Joti.
Morning, my friend. How you doing?
Good. My friends, you know, we don't have to beat ourselves up over these idiot guys, you know, because just listen to his comment. That is an imbecilic comment, right? Now, these are the same people who support Linton for leadership and for prime minister, and we have been taught in our culture and by the way we've been raised that you don't harm kids. You know, you have to have a soft heart for kids. And when you run over a kid with a vehicle, and that kid suffers permanent physical injuries, and you never turn back and show any kind of care or concern, that's what we call curse. That's what they call limie in Dominica, right? When you curse the elderly, you call them greedy and beggar. You know, people who need assistance. That's what you call curse. That's the kind of people who get cursed. When somebody is helping you, helping your wife to put a roof over her head, and the person falls from your house and gets badly injured, broken bones, goes to the hospital for days, and you never turn back and show any concern, never go and visit the person. That's people who you call cursed. Okay, so when you get talking about hurricanes and we are cursed, I mean, Dominica is in the path of hurricanes, like all the Caribbean countries, you know. And over the past years, you know, several islands have been hit by hurricanes. Grenada got hit by hurricane. Jamaica, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Tortola, you know, are they cursed? You know, but that is the kind of idiocy that is perpetuated on Q95. That's what they call the radio and say every day. Somebody is in an accident yesterday, and some people want blood and they sacrifice. That is the kind of nonsense, man, that these people talk on a daily basis, my brother. Right? You have to pity these people. You know, you have to pity these people. And I don't understand how people can spend their days and their hours and their nights, right, just thinking of nonsense to speak on the radio. Nothing constructive. They don't see all the good that goes on in the country, right? One business shut down in Dominica, and it's the government fault. But the several ones, the several that open on every day, the large, big construction we see going on in Dominica, you know, employing people by the thousands, they don't see that. You know, it's just negativity and absolute irrational thinking and utterances. Dominica is blessed. Dominica is blessed. And like every other small nation, we have our challenges. Right? But you know what? You know what? We have been a shining example of resilience. We've been a shining example of bouncing back from the rubble. Right? Nations have looked to us. We have been highlighted for our recovery of Maria and our fight of COVID-19. We are lauded by the world community. Dominica is highly regarded right now as a nation to visit because of the way we've handled COVID-19. Right? And that is because while he say we are cursed, I say we are blessed. We are blessed with a beautiful country led by a competent government. That is why Dominica can stand proudly today and show the signs of progress even under the most difficult and challenging circumstances. My brothers, thank you very much. Have a wonderful morning.
You have a wonderful morning as well. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning to you, Darrell, and good morning to Mr. Thomas.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Darrell, boy, all I have to tell these guys and them is that we rebuke that. Your word, my brother, we rebuke that.
Dion wants to come, Dominic, and go and pray in tongues. These false prophets, these antichrist fellas, partner. Okay, you know, I mean...
You see, Darrell, them man forget when they go and look for the sunrise. That's a curse they put on the nation.
Exactly.
That's a curse they put on the nation. And it take the Honorable Roosevelt to carry it, to break that curse. Remember that to pray at the
Yes, we have always been taking the country to the country to prayer.
Of course.
Okay, we're taking the country to the Lord in prayer. We have always called upon that.
I observe that's their talk right now. That's their talk right now. Because I was standing by the bus stop to go up to Wall House, right? And the former Calypso King was talking to a businessman right there. And he said, "You see, all them man right now, it's prayer. They're talking about prayer, and they just praying. So the prayer have a problem with them.
Well,
you understand? I mean, come on, man. But anyhow, Daryl, do you have the photo of the still house by the Bay in Marigot?
No, but no, I was too young to go and take picture of those things there. By the time I was old enough to get pictures of that thing, that had disappeared.
But GIS should have some of that somewhere.
Well, I will look.
You must look for that.
I don't know if Dr. Honeychurch had gone and take a piece before it had fully disappeared, but I will look.
Well, I think you must put that together, the now and before of the UWP. Because I heard about some houses put up there in Marigot.
7 houses being constructed in Melville Hall.
In Melville Hall. Wow. Wow.
So
in Marigot.
In the Marigot constituency. 7 houses in an advanced stage already. These fellas do not waste time. Concrete structures, resilient structures, 3-bedroom structures, kitchen, living room, washroom facilities. So when the people move in, they will be in very comfortable habilitation.
So which means
habitation.
Caressa accept these houses with open arms.
But Caressa went and made representation for his people. He didn't do it with no fanfare. He went, he made the representation because he realized the PAL rep will not do it.
But remember, Daryl, after hurricane, I forget the hurricane name, the storm, they offered him 15 houses for the people of Marigot, and he did not take it.
Well, partner, if you're a leader of the opposition, the government give you 15 houses. I myself, partner, every day I on the project. Partner, every day I on the project. You'd swear it's me that doing the houses.
But of course.
In particular, if I don't have nothing to do, I don't have no work, no job, all I do is sit down watching cartoon. No, man, every day I on the project.
And you know, I have been looking for the photos of the man at the Marigot Hospital. I haven't seen him as yet.
Well, we need to, because he said he was. It's not us that say, he that say it,
As soon as I called in Parliament.
Parliament, I go and post.
And up to now, nothing.
But you see, once again, it's the same thing. People come out and join me. I come in, okay, pass them straight and go under a tree. So okay.
Have a good morning, man.
All right, you have a good morning. Okay, you saying about curse. I wonder if when you go Point Michelle in certain areas they're curse. Okay, Dion Filbert. But anyway, enough of that nuisance. I just warn him. Just tell him, do not bother calling again. He will be embarrassed.
And they always have skeletons in their cupboard,
Let him go ahead.
Always have. They think it's you and I alone that have. They always have. They have skeletons in the cupboard reaching the sky. But they always want to have something to tell people.
No, let him go ahead, man. Let him go ahead. The Dion. Let him go ahead. Okay? Let him go ahead. 9:21 is the morning time. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good program. Yeah, I don't know if some people know the real meaning of curse, because to me the real curse is people going up for election for 5 years and can't succeed, and they should find out why they can't succeed. And for a nation to go through all that kind of tribulation through natural and human disasters, because one of the disasters you failed to mention when you were naming them was the hurricane UWP.
Yeah, 4.5 years of one hurricane.
Right.
Hurricanes come, last a few hours, they go about their business, they live this way. But Dominicans took that for 4.5 years.
And that was the only hurricane where we had to lay off.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
And couldn't pay them.
When computers, hurricane, quasi computers, we pay people on time. Hurricane come, our computer was still operating, and people were not being paid on time.
Exactly.
Social Security deducted, not paid. So that is the curse.
That was the curse.
That is the curse.
You have a country that's thriving after disaster, thriving. When people give us 20 years to recover, we recover in 3-4 years. But we got the new curse. You don't know the meaning of curse. Go back.
Anyway.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. 8:23 is the morning time.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy, dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy Bubble laundry service on the hustle. Washing, drying, folding service. Washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies own cribs and toys. Come on, Daddy, bring the boys. Dirty stains from wine and malt. Come on, man, it's not your fault. Busy Bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with flow. Easy wins, flow. Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, sign up, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash or data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with flow. Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330, or 448-8752, and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement.
Senior Counsel, I received your message. You're very right. Dominica became cursed the day the UWP was created. That is when we brought in this hatred, this violent rhetoric in political campaigns, this, tribalism in politics. That all came through the United Workers' Party. On the overseas line, good morning. Overseas line, good morning. Okay, I'm not too sure why I can't connect this morning with this caller, but I'm having some issues there. But 9:26 is the morning time. We're going to play for you, as I mentioned, the part of the Anupali program where Dr. Blair and Dr. Dexter James spoke about the new initiatives out at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital, the new services that will in place. But after this caller on the local line, good morning.
Good morning. I agree with Mr. Stefan. And tell his caller, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
He needs to continue listening.
He should. Yes.
I feel so good when you see the caller that tells you that they're listening.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and anybody that go against prayer, the devil child.
Amen.
So
all right then.
God bless them.
You have a good day as well yourself. On the overseas line, good morning. Overseas line, good morning. Okay, we'll have to try again on Monday because for some reason we're just unable to make contact with you here. But let's play for you Dr. Blair and Dr. Dexter James. We'll begin the conversation with Dr. Blair, and Dr. Dexter James will come in as they speak with the Prime Minister on Sunday on the Anupali program. They'll tell you all about the new services and what it entails at the new Dominica China Friendship Hospital. Jyoti will be back on Monday,
God willing,
and I hope it can be 4-1 this evening. Just very quickly. All right. Okay. You have a very good morning.
Healthy. We've essentially lost the war even before we started. From the healthcare system point of view, though, we need to put some focus on our screening programs. When we look, for example, at cancers, and many cancers, because of where the science is right now, we have specific tests and investigations that we can do that can either predict you're going to develop one or diagnose it very early at a stage where things can be done. And so we really need to focus on those preventative and screening programs. And that is obviously very much a primary healthcare function. So we've opened the bottle, primary healthcare.